Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ngani Titan. And yeah, I bought myself a new microphone, so it might sound a bit different. Hopefully it'll be easier and more comfortable to use than the last one, which has caused me a lot of grief, which I think was more of a problem with the fact that I bought a refurbished microphone rather than and didn't know enough about microphones to know that it wasn't working the way it should be. I got a Rode Podcaster refurbished 3 years ago, and it's always been kind of uncomfortable to use, and I've had to have the gain set up to the last, volume up to the last in Video Studio to get Video Studio to hear it. I've now got a Rode NT USB, and that's much further away from my face, so and it isn't blocking any part of the screen as well. So meanwhile, back to the action. First look at the Pudel. I have nothing negative to say about this tank. I really like this tank, but the only negative thing I can say about it is the armor is trash. You can bounce the odd shot, you can bounce quite a few shots in it, but you cannot in any way rely on it. I think the only other premium tank that I've played that so far that I've had a performance anything like this is the Sherman Thunderbolt. That was the subject of, what was it, Spring Games? No, not Spring, yeah. Yeah, it was something anyway, wasn't it? And so I really liked the Sherman Thunderbolt, but I didn't play too many games in it because I was kind of busy with the grinds. I just played enough to get a couple of decent games out of it and then say, right, do a first game on it. But I found it a very easy tank to play in many respects. It was it's a Sherman, like, it had low enough mobility, but this thing has similar kind of mobility, but probably better. Actually, no, it's a faster tank, and it's better overall mobility as well. But the Sherman Thunderbolt had good frontal armor. This thing doesn't really. Like I said, it will bounce shots, but it will let a lot more through, and the gun handling is perfectly okay. Like, it's reasonably accurate. So, and I really enjoyed playing it. I've only had it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but I've been playing it quite a bit because I basically didn't have any kind of trained Polish crew. So I wanted, well, it came up as a special offer, a personal offer. So they were selling it whatever, half price or something like that. And I thought at that price it was quite reasonable, so I decided to buy it. And I've been using it mostly to train the Polish crew. I haven't actually used the little tier 2 tank, light tank, that much. I've used this much more because it's actually such a fun tank to play, and the matchmaking is just so much better at tier 6. By the way, I have people enjoying the new +1 -1 matchmaking. Now, I should really have put that one into the SU-100 rather than the T-3485. But I must get rid of the T-3485 because he's got a big nasty gun. And there is the Crusader. He's been popping rounds into me like nobody's business because that is a very fast firing, the 2-pounder, I think. It's got like 2-second reload. So, need to get him out of the way as well. But he doesn't have any armor either, and he's a tier 5. Or tier 6. Yes, we're top tier. And we've pretty much wiped out the enemy here on Fjords. So yeah, really enjoying this tank. I think, yeah, it's fun. It's pretty good. It's got decent gun handling. The gun is reasonably reliable. It's not the most accurate of guns, but it's accurate enough. Possibly not the best tank for snapshotting, but if you give the gun time to settle in, it'll work quite well. Good armor penetration, fast reload, mobile tank. Okay, you can complain about stuff like view range. You won't use it for scouting. This is not a tank that you will use in scouting that much. It's a support tank. You'll go along with the fringes of the main line of battle and find spots where you can shoot enemies, preferably without being shot back at. And this tank will work really, really well. As you can see there, like the view range, I don't have any view skills on the crew, like, and it's got very little in the line of camouflage. The view range isn't almighty, so you'd probably have to spend a lot of work on this tank to get the view range up past its detection rate. Although it would be interesting to play this tank with high skilled crews and various degrees of skilled layouts, it's different types. So we came number 1 by experience, got ourselves a first class mastery, and the next game is going to be on airfield, and it's going to be a similar kind of thing. The just showing off the tank again as shooting at range is really what it's good at. Although the rate of fire is such that you can overwhelm. Sometimes you can overwhelm or do well against close range in close range trading. The problem is that you won't, like I said, the odds are you won't bounce any shots, so you're going to be trading shots at close ranges with people when they're shooting at you. But it can dish out a surprising amount of damage in a short amount of time. It's got a pretty effective DPM. Now we're on airfield in a standard battle, and I'm going to hit that spot there in the centre where you can overlook the southern ridge, and it's a very good location. If you have a fast tank, you can get in there early and you can get some shots off of people crossing over the southern side of the map or even into the enemy base. And you can also support your team here at the bottleneck fighting that occurs here sometimes, or a lot of the time actually, but it's very common on this map. However, we have a Hellcat who's made it up pretty fast, and we don't have a clean shot in the Hellcat, nor we didn't come out quick enough. Now I managed to bounce one off the back of the Hellcat, and we put another one in. Fortunately, we don't get an engine stall or a fire or anything like that, so I'll let the spot go away for a while. People forget about the fact that I'm here, and I'll come back around, see if I can see anybody. Now again, this isn't a great tank for seeing people, so you're kind of more relying on other people to see, but there's enough going on. And here we have a KV-1 pulling into our line of sight, and he stops to see what was going on and who shot at him, and we set him on fire, and he burns down to nothing. So he either didn't have a fire extinguisher, or he was just too surprised to use it. There's an M4A3E2. It's the Jumbo Sherman, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Tier 6. We've managed to put a round into him, and we tracked him actually, so he's gotten a hit as well. Didn't get a hit on the light tank. It's a Leopard. Don't have much with the walls, and we pull back a bit there because we're being spotted for a while. Now I want to be in a position where not too many people can shoot at me all at once, so we edge out again. I don't think that Sherman is somewhere else, and let's see, can we shoot at that guy over there? Now that guy over there is not paying any attention to me, so I don't think there's anybody looking at me right now. So I'm going to take a shot. We put a shot through the hatch. We missed the second one, and he comes out. So now we can put it through the upper front plate. And he hasn't turned away. He hasn't gone back into cover. And we managed to nail him there now. I think I missed the Jackson, wasn't it? And that one didn't get him either. So we're back up a bit. Now, I think in hindsight, just looking at the game, that I should have been paying more attention to the minimap, and I should probably have gone around and helped my heavy tank with the enemy heavy tank, rather than chasing kind of marginal shots over here. It would have been a better use of my time. So we get one into the P43. Get another one into the P43. He's coming down off his area around the base. He's close enough now to pick me up. But I think he's the only one around there, so I'm willing to sort of risk it. Took a shot from somebody across the map there. I think it was somebody from the Thunderbolt. Or maybe from the... I'm not sure. Or maybe it's from the tank destroyer at the back. Took a shot from someone. However, they've just managed to clean out our heavy tank, and didn't do as much damage as I might have hoped. So we put a round into the T14, and unfortunately I back up against the rocks here. So we have two of them at us, and again we're not in a great position. I should have kept, but I backed up against the rock again. I really wanted to actually slide off at that stage. Managed to get a good bit of damage done there in that last fight, like, but didn't survive it. I just kept driving into things rather than sliding off the rocks where I could have had the chance. Now this guy here is on top of that, what is it, T-34-85 I think? No, KV-85. I think he should have stayed up on the ridgeline rather than coming down. He bounced that one off some mantlets, I think, and then he rammed a Russian heavy tank, which is not a good idea. So he's very little hit points left, and he's not going to escape because somebody's behind him. Can't remember. Didn't stay long enough to look. There's a Panzer 35T, or T-35, T-25, sorry. And I followed him around for a while. He was 100% health, and I thought, you know, I don't know what that tank's like. Actually, I don't know what it's like to operate. If it's a good tank or a bad tank, or it's Tech 3 tank or what it is. And he's wandering around looking for our enemies. When was he the guy at the other side of the airfield there when I was fighting? In the centre. He's managed to kill, so has our P43. But the enemy have managed 6 between 3 of them. Well, I wouldn't expect a lot from the Jackson, but Kaylee's probably... I hadn't seen him. Don't know where he was operating. So up this guy comes into the centre area, and is he going to run into enemy tanks? Well, he does actually. He runs into enemy tanks. He's spotted, and this is amazing. Like, is this lag? Is he seeing a completely different game to what we're seeing? I mean, he fired at the mountain there, and he's turned completely the wrong way. Now, I know I've experienced bad lag before where I was like nowhere near where the tank was, you know, pointing at. Or where when you'd pull the trigger, should we say, the tank would be, the gun would be nowhere near you where you were pointing the gun, should we say, when you pull the trigger. But still, that was, there was no hope there really, like. And this guy's got no hope either because he's not penetrating the Achilles as far as it goes. The Jackson, whichever one he's fighting, Jackson he's fighting, I think. I think he wasn't penetrating there. I think he was putting, maybe he was relying on auto aim a little too much and putting shots into the gun mantle, it looked like to me. Or else he was bouncing them off the curve in the front. And it's just down to the artillery, and with 2 tank destroyers, the artillery's going to get out spotted. Hiding in a bush isn't going to help him. And the Jackson has picked him out and blown him away, and that's it. However, the Pudel is a really good tank. I've had fun with it, and I'll probably have fun with it for another day or two while I finish up getting the Polish crew into the state that I want them to be in when I move on to the actual Tech Tree. I probably won't do it this week now because I must spend a day or two playing with the IS-2M, is it, or whatever, the tank that we just won on the recent campaign that just ended, the spring campaign. So I must also have a look at the snakebite, which I got on a personal offer. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and a share. Feel free to comment if you haven't already done so. Please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.